guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are still here at the Ford booth for the 2024 edition of the New York Auto Show. And to help celebrate 60 years of the Mustang, Ford decided to do a little bit of a collab with somebody you might be familiar with. But first of all, what am I standing next to? Check out this very special edition 2024 Ford Mustang GT that's been given the name the Britney. But before we get into this special celebration of a muscle car, the original pony car going back to 1964 and a half, the mighty Ford Mustang, let's talk about what's going on here. When it comes to personalization, I think you go to any Cars and Coffee event, any drag racing event, any racing event, any autocrossing event. If there's Mustangs there, no two ponies will exactly look the same. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Mustang has been so successful, is because all of the personalization that different owners can do. Another thing that makes the Mustang, I feel, such a special car is that everybody has a Mustang story. Whether you own one, whether your best friend had one in high school or in college, maybe you got married in one, maybe you procreated in one. The Mustang has told a tale in many different people's lives. Well, guess what? There's an actress and a big-time car enthusiast by the name of Sydney Sweeney. She's been working with Ford to come out with a clothing line, because obviously Ford does not only vehicles, but of course Ford owners want to show off their love and passion for the brand by having shirts, jackets, pants, all that kind of stuff. So what they decided to do is, since Sydney Sweeney loves Mustangs, she's got a 1965 Mustang that she calls Britney, they decided to collab with her and create this car here called the Britney, based off of her love for the Mustang, her 65, and some of the special touches. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a new Mustang, do you think Ford should make this special Sydney Sweeney edition? And would it be something that you would want to park in your garage, or maybe park at your Cars and Coffee event? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this particular pony, see what's unique, see what's different, and see if this is something that Ford should do. Is it a Mustang that should be built? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the color. As soon as I saw this, I was drawn to it like a moth to a flame. Underneath the show lights here at the Javits Center, so much sparkle. So you're gonna get that beautiful robin's egg blue. It's sort of like a sky blue, but not really. And then look at all of the flake that is put into the paint job. This has more flake than your grandfather's balls. His bowling balls don't have as much flake as this vehicle called the Britney has at the auto show. Now, of course, working our way down, the color really accentuates the lines and adds a lot of pizzazz with the sparkle, but you're also gonna get the same great style that you're gonna find on any Mustang GT. The LED lighting, the tri-bar daytime running lamps, that all ties back to the original 1964 and a half Mustang. You are gonna have the lower corner vents on a Mustang GT. My one zonk is, though, I wish Sydney Sweeney would have made these functional, but I do like the paint. The paint is really working for me. When we come across the front, when you go Mustang GT, you're gonna get a different grille than the EcoBoost, the Mustang EcoBoost. Instead of flat black, you're gonna get full gloss black on the front grille. I like the way she kept the Mustang pony that nice aluminum finish. That goes back to the 1964 New York World's Fair. I mean, think about it. Think about how New York has a special place with the Ford Mustang, because it was the New York World's Fair back in 1964 when the Mustang made its public debut. And here we are at the Javits Center with this very special 2024 Mustang. But definitely loving the Mustang GT specific accents with the color. On the lower portion, when you go Mustang GT, you are gonna get flat black on the lower grille. I'm okay with that, because that's gonna take a better beating over time, because it's closer to the road and all those things like little rocks and chips and everything else. But definitely digging this color with the black accents. Now, as we rise up, same story. Look at what we have. It looks like it's all just that robin's egg blue. It actually has racing stripes. They're ghosted into the paint. I'm really digging that because what's funny is that if you look at the vehicle from the side, you would never even see that there. So if you're one of those types of people that you like to have a little bit extra pizzazz, but you don't want to be too in your face, these ghosted racing stripes that coast over the whole front, top, and back of the car, I'm glad that she chose that because it really pays homage to the racing heritage of the Mustang, going back to the 65 Shelby GT350. Same style racing stripes. Now, as we come around the bend, of course, if you got a special paint job, you have those special, stripes are painted, by the way, they're not vinyl, painted stripes. Of course, we're gonna have a nice wheel and tire package, so you're gonna get these 20-inch wheels, super chrome finish. And if you think about it, I think one of the reasons why she went with this design is that this is gonna mimic the chrome finish on her 65 Mustang that she has. So having that chrome with the blue, fantastic. You have the flat silver on those Brembo calipers, so you're gonna get your nice braking capability, plus the nice style look. And like I said, this is a 20-inch wheel. Tire up front is 265 on the width, 35 series sidewall, looking fantastic. Now coming down the side, normally you'd have a 5.0 badge because underneath the hood, if this is a Mustang GT, what does that mean? That means you got that 5-liter V8 engine, that Coyote V8 naturally aspirated engine with the twin throttle bodies that's going to produce 480 horsepower. If you get the performance exhaust, that bumps it up to 486 horsepower. And I think that was a place where under the hood, she did some accents, but there isn't power added. But 480 horsepower is plenty when you're behind the wheel of this Mustang. Now, normally you would have the 5.0 badge. I like the way she took 2 bolts and made this cool looking badge on the side. Just that extra special touch because this is a car that she had that influence on for her and how she comes from a car family. She's been around cars her whole life. Nice to see somebody be an actual enthusiast and not just be a famous person that puts their name on something. Color match on the mirror caps, love it. I'm gonna have Laura show that roof the way the racing stripes. I hope Ford produces this color combo because it is absolutely stunning. To see this outside in the sunlight, I think you're gonna have to have a special pair of sunglasses just because of how sparkly this is. Of course, Outback, rear-wheel drive performance car. This one has the 10-speed automatic, but you're gonna have a little bit more rubber to meet the road, which is nice, and we have a limited slip diff, 355 gears on the automatic. If you go with the GetTrag 6-speed manual, that's gonna give you 373 gears. But this particular one has a 10-speed automatic, which remember for 2024 was totally revised. And then coming around to the rear, simple, clean, and to the point. Those racing stripes looking spectacular. I like the way it's got that low-mounted trunklet spoiler, also color matched. And then there's that GT badge. And then working our way down to ground level, you'll notice how we have that quad tip exhaust, nice slash cut, gives it the classic look like you'd find on a 65 Mustang, but also gonna give you that great sound of that Coyote V8 pumping underneath the hood. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior because there's some special touches that were brought for this special Mustang. All right, guys, we are inside this very special 2024 Mustang GT called the Britney. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want a Mustang GT. I want to personalize it. But I also kind of like the way that Sydney Sweeney personalized this. How much is it? Well, obviously this one is not for sale yet, maybe. But an MSRP for a Mustang GT starting is right around $38,000. Then you could go and personalize it any different way that you want. But let's see what she did on the interior to this particular Mustang that she calls the Britney, to the door panels. I love the two-tone. That baseball glove color looks spectacular with the black, really pops nicely, gives it a classic look, but also modern. Door pocket is a good size where Sydney's gonna be able to get her New York slice of pizza in there. As long as you fold it, it will fit in there. And then going from the door panel to the dash, you see how they did the special Mustang script with the heart, with the 2 bolts, just like the badging on the side. Screen size, you're still getting the same screens. Not my favorite, but hey, they show lots of information at the auto show. I can't fire it up because we're inside. We don't want people to die of carbon monoxide poisoning, so we got to keep it off for right now. But watch any of my reviews at the end of this one. where we drive a Mustang GT if you want to see all the glitz and glamour. Your start-stop button, you got a USB-C, USB-A, a 12-volt wireless charging, and then of course you're going to have that revised 10-speed automatic. Your 2 cup holders, I like the tan finish, even on the armrest. And like I said, this is like a New York Yankees catcher's mitt color. Really, really love that. Open this up, you'll be able to keep both of your balls in there. Easily put your balls, because what you got going on there is you could have your Don Mattingly signed baseballs and you could put them in there. They'll fit perfectly, and there's felt lining. And then the seats, the leather, the two-tone with the bolt heart embossed. Nice touch. And then how the two-tone follows it all the way down with your power seat setting, only on the bottom, not the back. That's how Mustangs roll. And then they even did the two-tone in the back seat as well. But wait, there's one more touch. What is it? You have your seat belt with the stripe on it, with the racing stripe. That's worth an extra 5 horsepower. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel, the special wheel in the special Mustang. All right, guys, behind the wheel of Sydney Sweeney's special design Mustang. On the sill, you got a nice aluminum sill plate. All of this is going to light up, LED lighting with the Mustang badge, the Ford logo, the heart logo with the bolts. And then you do have an aluminum brake and aluminum throttle, because this is an automatic transmission. I just wish they would do an aluminum dead pedal, for Pete's sakes. That's a zonk. But you have your seat controls only on the bottom. I love the room. I love the comfort of the seats, and I love the steering wheel. 2-piece leather. Ford needs to have this in their option list, because I absolutely love the way the tan is solid up here, and then you have the two-tone the rest of the way, and then of course you have that digital display with the aluminum pony there getting all lit up. There are paddles behind the wheel to go up and down the 10-speed automatic, and you do have your mode selectors and all that different stuff on the steering wheel. Now I know that you want to see me go on throttle in this Mustang, because it's all about smoke 'em because we got them. We can't yet, but we're going to be getting that together, so stay tuned, but we need to wrap it up from the Javits. All right, guys, this is why I love auto shows, especially the New York Auto Show. Being here and being able to show vehicles that are just these one-offs, special edition, like I said, with Sydney Sweeney and Ford to come up with this Mustang known as the Britney. Let me know what you think. Would you want to be able to buy something like this from Ford, having a special paint job and interior combination? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Of course, we need to get up to the hardest working person here in New York City, period. Lori Raiti, working that camera like a champ. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.